This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Tom, you covered Alabama for a number of years. I know kind of a good chunk pre-Saban. How did you think that game played out last night? Was that the right call for Tommy Rees to make at the tail end?
Hey, good morning, guys. I really enjoyed both games last night. That was tremendous college football watching. I can't speak to, whether that was their best option because I don't know them, what their offense, their schemes and their rules to tell you that was the best play. But I would like to have seen, well, as you just stated, and Kevin Kelly broke this play down on the internet, and I was watching it, and Jonathan Luigs, the former Arkansas center, commented as well about the blocking there. And I think you're right. The right tackle got shoved back, and I think a linebacker did that, number 5, pushed him right back in the backfield, and it got Milroe's foot hung up. It does look to me like if he had broken left, he'd had a good chance. But as they struggled with snaps for a good part of the game, I mean, they had multiple snaps that were high, low. Milroe did a good job catching them all, but I just think it threw the timing of the playoff. And I don't know, a straight quarterback run, probably a pretty good idea. I would like to have seen a little bit more multiplicity to the play, but they know their scheme a lot better than I do.
Tom, you look at Arkansas and Alabama this year, the worst offensive line under Sam Pittman, the worst offensive line under Nick Saban, the most sacks I think they've ever given up in the history of not just his tenure, but Alabama as a whole. Which is more surprising, in Tuscaloosa or in Fayetteville, what happened with that line play this year?
Both of them were surprising because, yes, we had never seen anything like what Alabama had given up. And Michigan, you could tell that was just a part of their game plan, and it was largely effective. But Arkansas was also very surprising, and that a noted offensive line guru, they just haven't been able to get enough depth and big-time road graders and pass blockers to have been more effective this year. So they recognize that as a major problem, and they've tried to go out in the portal and correct it. The proof will be on the football field next year. But I got to say, Michigan was a much better team in the first half. Probably should have had a bigger lead, but there's something about the Alabama way. I think Chris Fowler did a great job describing in the second half. He said this is classic Alabama, where they make adjustments, they stay in the game, and then it looked like it was their game late in the game. But great drive by Michigan to cap it off. And I'm telling you guys, over the years, my attitude on overtimes has changed. I think I would be more of a take the ball first in overtime guy. And I know Sam Pittman won one game doing that. I cannot remember the exact game, but he wanted to go first with the ball, and it paid off for him.
Yeah. Tom Murphy with us on the McLarty-Daniel hotline. Tom, let's shift to the portal problems and Arkansas's issues. What's going on at linebacker? Why are they so depleted? And what happens next for Arkansas's defense that's running out of time to find players to fill those obvious gaps for next year?
Right, and of course, then there's another opening after spring. But anyway, when your guys who accounted for basically every one of your starts at linebacker leave, and now Greer did not have any eligibility left, but between Paul and Jordan Crook and now Jaheim Thomas, this is a big deal, and it's at the position that your coordinator works on. So I think we might have gotten a small indication when Jordan Crook's father weighed in about what they were talked about, how much you'd play, how much they liked the kids, and then what it amounted to on the field. And so I don't know. I think I can't speak to what was said to those kids, but it feels like maybe they thought they would have more playing time in Crook's instance. So they got Sorey coming in. Brad Spence was a really good freshman. They just got to hope that the guys they have on the roster, the Carson Deans, the Caden Henleys, and they develop and can start giving you playing time. But you still need some more frontline type guys too, so they can help with depth.
So where is the biggest need on this team as we're in the end of the current portal period, as you point out. I guess graduates can still come and go, but what's the biggest needs right now heading into this first week of the new year?
Edge rusher, and then probably another linebacker now. Those would be two huge ones. Wouldn't hurt to get another wide receiver, I would not think. And then, obviously, they've said they want another offensive lineman or two. So I think those are your real need spots. And, I mean, today's the day, right, that the portal closes. So, yeah, time is running a little bit slow out on that. But, we'll see what happens.
Will we see changes in the portal this next season? I know they've already made one in terms of you can transfer as many times you want as an undergraduate. Will we see changes in the amount of days and maybe the period of time when the portal opens and closes starting this next season, Tom?
Right. We were discussing that, I believe, last week, and I'm with you, Ty. I think it would suit the game better, and the coaches, they're probably going to argue for this to reduce the number of days in the window. December is just such a madcap time when you're getting ready for bowl games. You're trying to manage your roster, and there's so much of a wide opening of time where the kids can leave. I hated to see what happened at Florida State. That so many kids got in the portal for a team that was undefeated. It's just unfathomable. I mean, to have said that would happen like 6 or 7 years ago, this is going to happen in the year 2023. I would not have believed it, but it did happen. Georgia was down a lot of people too, but they showed up to play.
Yeah. Tom Murphy with us on the McClarty-Daniel Hotline. Real quick shift to basketball. The Hogs win by 16 over UNC Wilmington on Saturday. Got Auburn coming up this week. Where in your mind are the Hogs at headed into these critical 18 SEC games?
Well, better than they were a week ago. I was telling Bob as the second half was winding down that I think this is about Arkansas' best performance of the year. The Duke game was good, but I just feel like maybe they're starting to find their rhythm. I mean, conference play is not going to be easy, but I do believe that Minifield has provided a spark out on the perimeter. He can get his own shot. I talked to the UNCW coach, Takeo, about Arkansas. And by the way, they have a good team. The Seahawks that's a quality team that should do well in the Colonial. But he was like, they imposed their will on us. And they knew rebounding would be big, and Eric Musselman's team delivered on that front. But Minifield's ability to create his own shot, and then his lob passes for the guys who can get up there, Brazil and them, and Graham, those were spectacular. And I hopefully it will bode well for them entering conference play.
So is he going to take L. Ellis's minutes? We've seen those diminish pretty recently, the last 3 or 4 games. Is L the guy that is kind of out of the equation when it comes to the guard role?
Well, yeah, I think L and Blocker's minutes were down noticeably the other night. But you could tell they have their moments. I mean, So the thing is, it's nice to have that depth, and it makes them even more eager to contribute when they're in there. You just don't want them to do too much. Like, I've only got 6 minutes right here. I got to do more than what I'm capable. The game, quote, has to come to them. But it appears that way. But at least they know they've got a guy like Ellis who can come in and still provide quality time.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.